Ah, another edition of the tactical breakdown we bring to you every week. Wow. You see, say yes, we dare for drop more content. You see, I will see a broad content. Charlie, yes, I know can you be a banner one and so we can't do tactical analysis. As you can see on my screen, I get some system here I don't want to explain to you. This will be purely tactical and statistical. But yeah, transfer news and things they go on, but I don't want to break you down into the Xabi Alonso system. You but see say Xabi Alonso already know he signed for Real Madrid. Where Real Madrid they want make can join them as the club World Cup become go on. So you but I don't want make you go through but tactical analysis the way we feel say the players you go arranging players for Real Madrid, then how the system will help them win the games, then go on to win trophies. You so you go there plus me. Be with me as we go through the tactical analysis of it. So we will go straight into it and see what could envisage. Now, this is purely postulates I have made from what Leverkusen have achieved over the couple of years. Since he took over in Leverkusen 2.5 years ago, when he came, they were 17th. He took them from 17th, made sure they qualified the Europa League by coming fifth. When they came fifth, last season was the breakthrough season for Leverkusen. Over 100 years, Leverkusen hadn't won the Bundesliga. He won them their first Bundesliga title, and after winning them the title, the impressive thing about it was that they went unbeaten. They played 34 league games in the Bundesliga. It's an 18-team league, where out of the 18 teams, they played 34 games. So every team is assigned 34 games. Both these 34 games is made up of home and away games. So the 34 games is made up of 17 home games, 17 away games. And the man played with Leverkusen. Oh my goodness. They went 34 games unbeaten. They were unbeaten in the DFB Pokal, which they won. And they were beaten in Europe till the final when they met Atalanta. Ademola Lookman did this thing against Leverkusen. But they lost. But in that, he was able to win the DFB Pokal and the league for Bayern Leverkusen. Now, we are going to do a tactical breakdown. This is purely for what he will do at Real Madrid, but it is from what he has done in Leverkusen from last season and this season. So we've watched the kind of system and the style he's been playing. And that is the postulate I am coming to give. So they are purely from what he has done at Leverkusen. It may change. There may be variation. You see, at Real Madrid is a bigger club. They are bigger egos. The players may expect more from the system. You get me? So the likes of Vinicius Junior, Jude Bellingham, Mbappe, Rodrigo, and others would like to have the freedom to play. You get me? So he may have to adjust to the way the players may want him to play. That is something different he can do or vary as it comes to Real Madrid. You see, at Leverkusen, the likes of Boniface and Patrick Schick will have to abide by the coaching system, or it is either they leave. But at Real Madrid, you are supposed to play to the strength of the players. You get me? So this is how we're going to it. Now, Xabi Alonso at Bayern Leverkusen system is a 3-4-2-1. In other cases, we can break it down and say it's a 3-4-3 formation. So he's one of the managers who prioritize the 3-back formation, transition into a back 5 when defending. But his is different from the likes of the Ruben Amorims and the Antonio Contes, who played the Thomas Tuchel, of course, who played the 3-back system with other teams to succeed. So we are going to go into it. Now, we are envisaging that when it comes to Real Madrid, based on the way he played at Leverkusen, you have Thibaut Courtois in post. Real Madrid are not yet do not want to let go of Thibaut Courtois now. So you have Thibaut Courtois in post. If Thibaut Courtois is in post, you have a 3-back. Now, Real Madrid are looking for to sign Dean Huijsen, the 50 million pound Ajax player at Bournemouth, that guy. So we have envisioned that if the deal goes through, Dean Huijsen will join Real Madrid and play as the left centre back. At right centre back will be Raul Asensio. This season has been his breakthrough season. I think Raul Asensio will get a startup in this system. It is a perfect fit for him. As a right centre back, all he has to do is to just pick the ball, pass, defend the space when the fullbacks move high up the pitch. You get me? Then in the main central defender will be Antonio Rudiger. The reason why we are saying Antonio Rudiger and not Asensio or Huijsen is that mostly for managers who play the 3-back system, they like the fact that the main centre back will be an experienced head. So he would direct the other centre backs around him, where to pass the ball to, the zones to move to, how to defend the pocket of spaces and the areas, the arrest defense, how the team shape to be. So if you check for the Thomas Tuchel system at Chelsea, Thiago Silva was the one who played as the main centre back with the likes of Rudiger, Aspilicueta, and Christensen playing alongside him. You see, he's the more experienced head. When you check the three back system for Antonio Conte, he had a main centre back who was more experienced coaching the other centre backs. You get me? So the more energetic ones are on the right, so they can make a cover for the main centre back. So Rudiger will be the one in the middle. That's what we are envisaging. By the time the season begins next season, Rudiger will be fit. Now you have two wing backs. The only problem we have that Real Madrid wanted to go in for Kekes also, but now it has changed. They are going to Benfica to sign. There's this guy who left Manchester United who went to the Benfica left back. Yes, I've forgotten his name. If I remember, I'll give it out. And Antonio Caravas who said, hey, Antonio Caravas Fernandez, that guy. So you come and play as a left wing back, the deal goes through. As right wing back, you know Trent is a Real Madrid player. So Trent will come to right wing back. And then in the middle of the park, you have two central midfielders. The two central midfielders will be Jude Bellingham and Valverde. You know Camavinga and Tchouaméni are around. But these players, Tchouaméni and Camavinga, they're not going to bench these two players. These guys are exceptional footballers. They are better than Bellingham is better than Tchouaméni and Camavinga. Valverde is better than Tchouaméni and Camavinga. So we are envisaging that these two players, the main central midfielders. And for the attack, the 3-man attack in the 3-4-2-1 formation, the two forwards will be Vinicius Junior and Ada Boulay. That is what we are saying because in Rodrigo Goes, situations may change. Nobody knows tomorrow. Because Xabi Alonso can come and say, okay, I want to work with Rodrigo and make Rodrigo one of the best players in the world. And get the accolades that Mbappe, the Bellingham, and the Vinicius are doing. You get me? But we think that Ada Boulay will play in this position more if Rodrigo is to leave Real Madrid. Aside that, Kylian Mbappe will play as the low number 9 in that 3-4-2-1 formation. And Vinny Jr. will also act as one of the number 10s. He has the liberty to go wide or play as 1-10, filling the half spaces between the opposition's defense and then the central midfield. You get me? So this is the kind of 3-4-2-1 system, the kind of lineup we're envisaging. For the Kekes guy, we've taken him off because Real Madrid have called off the deal. They are looking at either this one. It may be Frank Garcia who may take that spot. So we'll go and check the other systems, checking the other ways Real Madrid may play. Yes. So this is on the ball from what Leverkusen did last season and this season also. Now, when Leverkusen are building up on the ball, the man likes central progression more. Sometimes he also goes for the wide progression. What do I mean by this? He likes that his central midfielders will progress the ball more to the forward line players. You get me? Now, there's one thing Xabi Alonso does. He combines both tiki-taka football and counter-attacking football. When he comes to Real Madrid, you will see variations in those games. There will be games where he will go pragmatic, allow his team to sit back, give the opposition the ball, and then sit back and allow what the opposition will do. They'll catch you on the transition and then to produce them the result they want. At Leverkusen, last season when they went unbeaten, the first 6 months of the league, you can go and check, they were playing nice football, beautiful football, tick-tack. They'll pass you into submission and then score the goals, beat you. But you realize that when the season was ending, he knew that he wanted to go unbeaten and win the league because Bayern were also competing. He sat back, went pragmatic, and they were playing tiki-taka football. And that kind of game plan suited the likes of Jeremy Frimpong, the Boniface, the Florian Wirtz, because these are guys with pace. You got me? Romano Dems. You get me? So, we are envisaging that in case Real Madrid are building up under Xabi Alonso, Antonio Rudiger is one of centre backs, move forward a little. Then Houston moves forward to cover this space. So, because the left wing back, whoever may be the left wing back, may move into the box or into the wide space. And whoever may be the right wing back will move into the box or into the right space on the wide area. We are also saying that Dean Houston or Asensio should come and cover the spaces they may vacate. So when they vacate those spaces, Dean Houston and Asensio, who are the right and left centre backs, respectively, will cover those spaces for them. Now, the two central midfielders, their movement is synchronized. What do I mean by that? When one of them moves forward, the other has to come and cover that last space he leaves behind. And when you check Bellingham and Valverde in this world, I don't think they are central midfielders who have more endurance than them. When I say endurance, going and coming, they are one of the best box-to-box midfielders I've ever seen. These are midfielders who can attack defensively. They are there, they are quick, they are sharp, they go in for the tackle, they put themselves on the ground. You get me? So these two central midfielders. Now, when Real Madrid have the ball and they are going for central progression, building through the middle, Jude Bellingham, though we say his passing is not the best, but when he moves forward and he has the ball, Valverde, who stands on the right side of the midfield for him, will have to move into the main central space because Bellingham has vacated his left central midfield into a certain channel going forward. You get me? Now, when he moves forward, Valverde covers this space so that he defends in case the team is to lose the ball in transition, attacking. You get me? So it will become something like a 3-1-4 shape. You get me? Now, when Real Madrid are building centrally, the two number 10s of Arda Güler and Vinicius Junior also move into the half spaces. Now, when we say half spaces, the opposition's full back line, between the opposition's back line and their second line of defense, which is the central midfielders or the defensive midfield area, this side. This is what we call the half space. So if the back line is here and then the central midfielders are here, they will stand in between the half spaces there. So that will be Vinicius Junior or Arda Güler. Vinny Junior can move wide depending on the instruction. Now, I want to set one thing out for us to know. In football, formations do not play the game. Instructions make the formations work. I'll make a certain difference between what Amorim does and then what Xabi Alonso will do. There are differences in them. It's a 3-4-2-1 formation or a 3-4-3 formation, but the instructions are different. Instructions make up the formation or the system or the philosophy. So when Vinny Junior moves into the number 10 spaces together with Arda Güler, Jude Bellingham has options. His options is that he has to pass to one of the number 10, and that is one thing Xabi Alonso prioritizes. If you check Granit Xhaka for Bayern Leverkusen and you check Florian Wirtz for Bayern Leverkusen, Granit Xhaka picks up the ball. He's always passing the ball to Florian Wirtz. No matter how tight the space, you see the opposition cutting the passing lanes. Yes, so Granit Xhaka wants to pass the ball to Florian Wirtz because he's the best chance creator in the team. So you see Jude Bellingham passing the ball more often to Jude Bellingham passing the ball more often to Vinny Junior or Arda Güler. So they'll give us an aperture. The ball is how do we call it? Bellingham. He has the ball now. This is the opposition. Maybe they have met another opposition who are set up in a 4-2-3 formation. So when the opposition set up, this is where the number 10s will stand. Half spaces. You get me? Then the fullbacks, Trent Alexander-Arnold and maybe Fran Garcia or whoever comes as a left wing back, will move. They pick the wide space, but move into the box. Go and check the Bayer Leverkusen play. You see that the fullbacks, they move. Sometimes it depends on the instructions. There are some games they are told to move wide, or there are some games they are told to come in so that this number 10 to move wide. And you see, Vinny Junior is a winger. He's a natural winger. So I think Xabi Alonso can or may want one of this one's wing backs to come into the midfield and allow Vinny Junior to go wide, creating more weight for Real Madrid. You get me? So Jude Bellingham picks up the ball, and you see Valverde moves into this space. So his job here is that he's coming to cover all this space. Asensio covers the space that Trent Alexander-Arnold, who is the wing back, vacates. And then Dean Houston also covered the space here for Fran Garcia, who vacates that space. You get me? So they'll have proper defensive cover. You get me? In all, when Jude Bellingham is attacking, you see, Jude Bellingham is a box-to-box midfielder, and therefore, when he attacks and the team loses the ball, he has to come back, retreat, and defend. You get me? So if Bellingham picks up the ball, it's a pass to Vinny Junior or Arda Güler, even if it's in a tight space. And then that's it. So we'll check the next picture where we have. So Bellingham has released the ball to Vinny Junior. In all, Bellingham is also moving into this space because Valverde gives him the assurance of proper defensive cover. So he moves into this space, waiting for the rebound in case they have to lose the ball. You get me? So the ball to Vinicius Junior, or they may be a ball to Ada Gule too. So from Jude Bellingham to Ada Gule, or they can do that interplay passing thing. You get me? There may also be a passing another sequence where the ball. So one thing that they will do is that when they pass the ball through the central spaces, when you check Liverpool, anytime the striker they have the ball within this half space, the striker makes a move. So you check Patrick Schick or Boniface, one of their number 9. You always engage the position center backs, run into space, and it's either they hit the ball for Mbappe. And you know Mbappe too, his finishing is elite. So when they give Mbappe the ball, he's finishing the ball all day. Or there's another passing option. When the ball comes to the number 10 here, they can pass the ball to Trent. So you see that the ball comes to Trent. So Ada Gule has the liberty of time to pass to Trent. Jude Bellingham can go along to Trent. Vinny Jr. can go to Frank Garcia. You get me? So in the system, central progression, if Real Madrid are to progress centrally, the 2 number 10s here can have the wing backs as passing option. The number 9 stays in the box. So Mbappe will always be in the box. He can come short, combine with them, interplay, one to Real Madrid on the attack, and they are scoring. You get me? So Trent is a passing option. Jude Bellingham can decide to go long. In all, I think it will be a good system. Now, when the wing backs have the ball, there's a certain instruction given to them. There's something about it I want to show you in zone 14. Now, the wing backs are instructed that when they have the ball in and around the box, so you go and check Leverkusen's play, you see Jeremy Frimpong and Ronaldo. They stand somewhere here. And their movement is diagonal this way. Diagonal this way. You get me? So when Trent Alexander-Arnold has the ball and is to deliver across Mbappe, the instruction is that hit the ball in between the center backs and the goalkeeper. And there's one thing in football, coaches will agree with me. In fact, coaches say that the goalkeepers do not want the opposition to hit the ball in between them and then their players. Number 1, there's confusion. The center backs are like, should I go or my goalkeeper will come? So when the confusion comes in, they lose this one. They attempt to clear the ball. Also, when the ball is in between the goalkeeper and the center backs, there's wrong anticipation. The attacker of the player who hits the ball into the zone has the better option because he's running from the ball. If you impede him, it's a penalty. It's an infringement against you. So anytime Jeremy Frimpong at Leverkusen picks up the ball and he's around this place, trying to find the target man who is Patrick Schick or Boniface, he's supposed to hit the ball in between the back line and then the goal. Now, do you know one thing that is confusing? When the number 9 is attacking the ball, sometimes he doesn't play the ball. You will see this, the other wing back. Or sometimes you see one of the central midfielders or the number 10s will come into the box and finish the chance. If you realize last season when they were beating Bayern at the Bayer for Leverkusen, the Bay Arena. Yes, Bayer Arena, the Leverkusen Stadium. Gromado is around this zone. He hits a pass in between the goalkeeper and then the right back, the right center back. So the right center back, Frimpong was saying the right center back rather came here and even scored. So it's another attacking option. They use synchronization of movements, and that is what makes up the system. Now, this is what they do on the ball. I also want to talk to you that these players, they can go to the touchline and have one. And you know the quality of Trent Alexander-Arnold, his crosses, his passes, his long ball. You get me? So it will be a good fit for him in Real Madrid. He can decide, he can be told to go wide and allow the number 10s to have a free roam within this space. Or they can be told to come into the central midfield and let the 2 number 10s go wide. You get me? Now we'll go to off the ball movement. Now when Real Madrid have the ball and they concede possession attacking, when they are attacking, how do they defend? How would the Alonso system be when they are defending the ball? How do they get to retrieve the ball quickly and make sure that they stop opposition attacks and not concede the number of goals? Because this is Real Madrid have conceded a lot of goals. So what is the antidote to their defensive problems? So we will check off the ball movement. Now, off the ball, Real Madrid defend in the uh 3-2-4-1 formation. So when Real Madrid are pressing, and when they have to press under Xabi Alonso, it may be an option. I'm always saying this. This is another disclaimer to this. This system can vary. The instructions may change. This is purposely a postulate I've made from watching Bayern Leverkusen and how Xabi Alonso's team play. Please, good. So when they are pressing the ball, the number 9, who is Mbappe, may engage the center back. So he's engaging the center backs. Now they go gingen pressing. Now anytime the gingen pressing is mentioned, you remember Jurgen Klopp, Liverpool, that 4-3-3 gingen pressing system where it has Sadio Mane, Mo Salah, and then Firmino. They trigger the press, and then Liverpool on the run. They pick the ball out for you, counter press. If you remember, when they press you in your half, counter press from it's a goal. That is the kind of system Alonso uses. So you see Trent here again. So immediately the opposition picks up the ball, you see the number 9 pressing. You move his body in a particular way which will obstruct the passing lane between this other center back or the goalkeeper. So what the other player has to do is that you go long, because Vini's marker is this player has been marked by Vini. Other Gula is marking this. Trent is marking this player. Garcia is marking this player. Houston is marking this. This is found in between Rudiger and even the central midfielders. This is marking this. So all you have to do is take the ball on, Real Madrid recover the ball, and they go back on transition. You get me? Now, what if they are playing and the opposition team sits deep and then Real Madrid concede the counter-attacking football? Now, when they concede the ball, these players are supposed to do the defending. So I've given them a certain different box or rectangle, sorry. Now, these players, if the opposition are to go move their attack on the wide space, this player moves in a particular way to slow down the opposition. So when the opposition have the ball in a certain wide space, the left centre back speaks in, or the right centre back speaks in. Then one of the central midfielders will move in to be a cover, to provide defensive cover. So you realize that in case this one moves here, Rudiger moves this way, this guy moves this way, this one come here, they will come and form a back four. Or if the opposition moves the ball this way, the team will move in a particular way where these 3 centre backs are maintained. Then one of this one comes to be a certain cover, who is always checking the central defensive midfield part, probably maybe Valverde. You get me? So this is how Xabi Alonso's team set up off the ball too. It may change. There may be variations because Real Madrid is a different club. They may be in need of results, therefore they may require him to do more. You get me? Now, there's one thing I also want to add to it, and then I'll bring everything to an end. When you check the system, when they are playing teams and teams they cannot break down teams, what will they do on the ball? There's one thing he does. One of the center backs passes the ball to the central midfielder. What he does is that when the opposition go 1v1 in marking, like man marking, good. When they go man marking, like the opposition are marking Real Madrid one-on-one, the central midfielder who has the ball has to play the ball back, then invite pressure onto themselves. So Real Madrid will allow the opposition team. So let's take that Real Madrid are playing Barcelona. Jude Bellingham has the ball in the midfield or in the middle of the park. He will invite pressure from Pedri. So they will force Barcelona to press them. He passes the ball back to Rudiger. Then it will make one of the central midfielders free, because the opposition's attacker will come to press Rudiger, who will pass the ball, who will find another passing option. You get me? Now, when it happens that sometimes they go something we call the 2v1 or the 2v1. You see that sometimes when the opposition are pressing 1v1, one of the central midfielders will move his body, will come short in a particular way where you come and help one of the other central midfielder. So you see Jude Bellingham, maybe Jude Bellingham has the ball. You see Valverde move closer to Jude Bellingham in between this one, allowing the player who is pressing for the opposition thinking, should I go here or I should go here? Therefore, create another passing option in front. So Xabi Alonso's system, see, there are more to what he does. In fact, they do a lot of things, but this is just few I observe. I'll add more. of the analysis after this video. I'll bring you a part 2 of what could be evaluation the system. See, when you check Ruben Amorim's system, the 3-4-3, Ruben Amorim also invites pressure, but Ruben Amorim's system is to pick, when we invite pressure on ourselves, we pick the pocket of spaces the opposition will leave. So if you check Manchester United game, you see that when you are playing now, then what the right centre back or the left centre back will hit a certain ball into the space. So opposition presses high, then they hit the ball in behind them. Check Ruben Amorim's system, you realize that they don't do more of the central progression like 2 short passes. They do more of the long ball. Xabi Alonso's 3-4-3. Once again, instructions make up the formation, and they will make the formation work. Yes, this was our tactical breakdown of what Xabi Alonso could do at Real Madrid. In fact, there are a lot of things he will do, and we want you to know that indeed this is 90 plus tactics. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment section. We will make it count. We will respond to it. Let the banter go on. If you think there are a lot of things you can do to help the system, how you help Real Madrid succeed, please let us know and put it in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please, we are begging you. It's a community we are building. Subscribe, like, comment, and it's important for you to share. Please, this is 90 plus tactics. You are with me. Also, we have a WhatsApp channel where we put the latest sports updates. Please, I'll drop the WhatsApp channel link in the description. You can join our WhatsApp channel for the best sports update. This is 90 plus tactics. Adios.